Hello, and thank you for logging on to satalktoday.com. If you're logging on to our YouTube channel, you're watching us from our Silver Fox Multimedia channel. And if you're on our Facebook, welcome, and thank you so much for watching today. Today I am super duper uber excited to have a super fabulous friend and fellow massage therapist, Mr. Tom Darilek, and I definitely say that name with pronunciation. He is the founder and CEO of Seize the Day Massage Company, and he is amazing. He's trademarked his own way to do chair massage, and he is out there just giving everybody some relaxation and de-stressing between Austin and San Antonio. So thank you so much for coming on, Tom. Yay!
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Tell me, how did you become a massage therapist?
Wow, let's see. Okay, this is an interesting story. I was, let's see. Now, I was heavily influenced by the Catholic charismatic movement of the late 70s.
Huh.
And that whole thing involved laying on of hands. And though I never seen anyone healed by all that, I always felt it was a very, it was a healing experience. There was a lot of affirmation going on in those years.
Touchy-feely
Yeah,
affirmations.
exactly.
Right.
Structured, non-sexual, safe touch.
Oh, very nice.
I'd have to say was my first experience of that, in that world. And in my senior year in high school, I decided, you know, it probably would be cool to be involved in the healing profession that involved touch.
Okay.
And back then, that was, by the way, 1979. I was not really aware of massage therapy, but I was aware of physical therapy.
Okay.
So I decided I thought I'd be a physical therapist.
I think all of us massage therapists have that thought at one point. We're all like, oh, physical therapy, massage therapy, but it's way two different animals.
Exactly, I agree. And I ended up taking a 10-year detour.
Oh.
I was all set to go to University of Texas to get my prereqs, and then eventually I was going to transfer somewhere. I already forgot where to finish the physical therapy training. But in that summer before my freshman year, I got sidetracked and was offered free education to get a philosophy degree.
And there you go.
And I thought, hey, that seems kind of interesting. I think I'll do that.
I love that, a
So,
philosophy degree.
Yeah,
I
so,
think that's where your Zen comes from.
Oh, thank you.
You have very good Zen. So, yeah, definitely. I thought I wanted to do physical therapy, and then I saw all the requirements, the curriculum requirements, and I was like, I'm thinking, yeah, not so much. Physical education is the way to go for me, but not physical therapy, but definitely. So you jumped out of philosophy after 10 years.
Well, finished my undergrad as a philosophy major, and then was totally, excuse the expression, out of touch with that original vision to be a physical therapist, and just came home because, you know, philosophy degrees are highly marketable.
Highly.
Yes. So came home, lived with my parents for a few months, got a job as a mental health worker at a rehab facility in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Where I did that for about 3 to 4 years. I graduated in '83. By '88, so that was 5 years later, '88, I was like still a mental health worker.
And you were sharing your philosophy with these people.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. There always had some
assistants.
interesting conversations in the unit, on the floor. But anyway, I realized my other friends were finding life careers and I wasn't. So I decided I needed to start exploring what I was going to do, and I considered being getting into solar energy.
Hey.
But someone counseled me saying, if you're not into geology, you probably wouldn't really enjoy solar energy. And I thought about teaching high school, and I especially did. What did I do for a while? I did. What do you call it? I substitute taught for a while.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, that was not fun.
Did you get to share your philosophy with the children?
Not at all.
They didn't want to hear your
That's
philosophy.
Right. So I ended up being quite disillusioned, and then ended up one day in Austin. It was called the New Age Bookstore.
Huh.
And I was sitting down to eat a brownie with no controlled substances in it, just a brownie.
I was going to ask.
And
an organic brownie.
That's right. And I said a little prayer to God because I was indeed disillusioned.
Oh,
what am I going to do with my life? So I said a little prayer, dear God, what am I going to do with my life? And I looked down, and in this there's a network, it was called the Network News, a little magazine, just there on the coffee table. and they had these those 1-inch column ads, and I saw this 1-inch column ad that says, "Massage for Beginners Workshop."
Oh.
And just like you were told you were going to marry.
Yes.
I knew at that moment I was going to be a massage therapist.
It's like the heavens parted, the light shone, the angels sang.
I received an answer
Awesome.
to prayer. It's like, wow.
Awesome.
Took the workshop like that. Got a couple professional massages, and like that too. And I'm going for it.
And you're boom.
That's
and
right.
back then we only had to do 350?
250 hours. Didn't even have an
250
internship back then.
Wow. Yeah, and that was what, 89, 90?
Yes, 89 I graduated, and then I went ahead and took another 250 hours from the Texas School of Massage Studies, which two teachers there, John Conway and David Lauderstein, went on to create the Lauderstein Conway Massage School in Austin, Texas. So I like to feel like I'm a graduate of the Lauderstein Conway Massage School.
Yeah, definitely. You paid your tuition, so you're definitely graduating.
Right on. Right on.
And Austin is such a great place, too. I mean, you probably weren't looked at funny when you presented yourself as a massage therapist.
Well, you'd be
People
surprised
got it.
what your family thinks about you when you say you want to be a massage therapist, you know.
What did your dad say?
Well, I don't know if they were a little drop-jawed about it. And of course I had to ask them for 1/3 of the tuition. Alone, shall we say. But my dad, being a good union man, when I told him, hey, once I graduate I'll be making $50 an hour, he thought that was a great idea. He was for that.
He was for that. And so he helped you.
My parents helped me out. Yes,
thank
indeed.
you, Dad.
Yes, indeed.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Because, yeah, definitely when I went home and I told my mom and my dad I wanted to be a massage therapist, the first thing out of my dad's mouth was, what? You want to be a prostitute? I was like, no. I said, I want to do like athletic training, sports massage. And he got that, you know, because he had put me in the gym. He had taught me about aerobics and made me, you know, learn about weight training. So he got that concept. But yeah, his first initial was, oh my gosh, my daughter just spent 4 years in college and now she's telling me she wants to be a prostitute. And I was like, no. So that's the thing. So you got through all that and then it was just you as a solo artist. Because most of us, when we graduate, we're solo artists
exactly.
for a minute.
I was working out of my bedroom. Drew some curtains. Drew some curtains to separate my personal space from my office space.
Your in-home office.
That's right. And living with 4 roommates, one dog, and about 4 cats. Still kept my day job at the rehab facility.
Did you?
That's right. For about 2 or 3 years.
Wow, that's a busy environment to be giving massages in.
Well, I only did it in the evenings and weekends, like probably everybody else starts out in my home.
Right.
Did that for a year before I finally started working in a clinic.
Really?
So.
And then you were done. Then you did the shift out of the mental health. Did you miss the mental health, sharing your philosophy with the mental health people?
You know, I got work there a total of 9 years.
Wow.
But it was, actually I got laid off. That's what happened.
Oh.
So it was a perfect opportunity.
There you go. And
to
again,
build my private practice.
When God opens the doors,
right.
When the universe says it's time to shift.
I walked through, built my private practice.
Wow.
Then the clinic I was working for, they decided they didn't want to do it anymore. And me and my associates, this is 1995, or the Christmas before, were sat down and told, we're getting rid of the clinic, but you can have our phone number if you're willing to pay the bill.
Oh.
And we said, sure.
Wow.
And we found an office for all 3 of us to rent.
That was
and
nice.
That was almost 20 years ago.
So.
And we're still in the same place.
Was it close to the lake? Because I do love Austin. I love the lake.
As a matter of fact, we're just south of Town Lake. I call it Town Lake. I know they call it Lake Lady Bird now. Or Lady Bird Lake.
LBJ?
That's
Lady Bird Johnson?
That's somewhere else.
Okay.
But this is Lady Bird Lake, they call it in Austin. Lady Bird Lake.
That's nice. That's a nice location. The water is a good
very
vibe.
Nice. Very nice.
And you've been there since then?
Yes, same place.
Oh my gosh. That's the thing is I love Austin. Austin is so fun. And so with the vibe and the whole, holistic health, you just kind of evolved.
Yes. Now, as far as Seize the Day goes, starting a chair massage company, that started that same year.
Huh.
And that all came about because, back then, we're talking mid-90s, chair massage was happening, but there really were no companies. It was just people doing licensed massage therapists doing chair massage.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all had networks of therapists who knew each other, and then you had networks of therapists who knew people inside big companies.
Mm-hmm.
So you would get calls occasionally from fellow therapists going, "Hey, a friend of mine inside Dell Computers needs us to come and massage 50 people. Can you help me?"
Wow.
And
Did you ever get to meet Michael Dell?
Not official, no. Never met him in
but
person.
you worked in the
That's
environment.
right. We did Dell Computers a number of times, and one day I got the idea. Well, I also started I guess I had a network of people that I knew had been trained in the same type of chair massage I did, which was started by actually the father of chair massage, David Palmer, who one of his teachers taught me. And what am I saying? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
Well, that's the thing, is David Palmer gave you your foundation for the program you've now incorporated as your trademark routine.
Exactly. And I would facilitate some events, and I would just get people that I knew had taken his workshop.
Oh, okay, good.
And what I discovered real quickly was that people who took his workshop weren't necessarily taking it to heart, and people were doing some things that I didn't think were the way I would do them, and maybe not safe, maybe even embarrassing. And so,
because once you have someone on the chair, right, and their face is in the thing, that's it. You have full realm on them.
Yeah, exactly. And you see people working, and you go, "Golly, I'm not going to ask you to work for me again. That was you're not doing it the way I would like it done." And I guess that could be part of my obsessive compulsiveness,
which I love. We'll definitely talk about that too. That is so fun. Well, that's the thing, is, it seems like just really laid back, but you're evolving, you're growing, you're seeing what works, what doesn't. But then there was a point when you created your own system, your own routine.
I decided when I saw that not everyone was doing it the way I wanted it done, that I would start my own company and train everyone who worked for me.
Yes.
That's how that came to be.
And that's super fun. I have to say, I received the massages, and I was drooling at the end. I was like, that was amazing. And I did have that little crick in my neck and shoulder area, and after he worked on me, I was like, oh, that's what it feels like to be normal again. That's what it feels like not to be in pain. So I do appreciate your system. So now, how many therapists have you trained in your program that are currently working?
Oh, I've got a team of about 20 right
Okay.
now. 20, 25, something like that.
And so how did you migrate down to San Antonio? Was it the margaritas down here that were calling your name?
Well, I noticed two variables. Variable number one is several people who work for me have connections in San Antonio, and they have practices in both San Antonio and Austin. So I saw that already happening. And my daughter graduated from college a year ago, and the college loan bills are due.
So you're like, I better get
It's time to expand my practice into San Antonio. Why not?
Why
so
not?
Here we
Just up
are.
and down 35.
It doesn't take very long. I live in between Austin and San Antonio.
Oh, good.
So I can go either way, either morning, depending on where I need to go.
And so you're looking for, now the people that you're looking for now don't necessarily have to go through the program that you were originally working out of, the, what was it called, the one that you took and then you were trying to,
the David Palmer method, right. We do it pretty much like David Palmer originally taught it, with some changes, some modifications.
But they don't have to have David Palmer experience?
Not at all.
Okay.
No experience necessary to work for me.
Just your license?
Right, get a massage license.
And your insurance?
Yes, proof of professional liability insurance. And, come in, when we do the interview, I actually do the massage, the 20-minute chair massage, and each person who decides to work for me has to decide whether or not they like receiving it. And if they like it, they usually want to work for me. If they don't like it, then they could move on and work for somebody else or start their own company, whatever works for them.
Right. Well, the thing is, though, is that yours is so thorough, and it actually takes 23 hours to learn the 20-minute massage.
That's correct. We do a 19-hour weekend training, Friday evening and all day Saturday and Sunday, 8 hours each day. And then it's followed up by 2 private teaching sessions with me.
That's right.
That's right.
And so then this way, once you're equipped with the system, then Tom can actually help place you into different locations where he's already secured the business. So
That's
this way
right.
they just have to show up. You provide everything. You provide the chair and the hand sanitizer, paper towels, wipes.
That's right. In a couple locations in Austin and one in San Antonio. All you got to do is show up.
So if you're a licensed massage therapist and you're looking for a super fun gig, Tom is super duper fun to work with. He really is. So that's the thing is now you're commuting back and forth. How often are you in San Antonio?
1 to 2 days a week.
Okay. And then Austin keeps you 4 to 5?
Yes, indeed.
Wow. So you stay busy. So as a massage therapist, if you're a massage therapist out there watching, you're probably thinking, how does somebody massage 7 days a week? Because I know when I was doing massage therapy full time, doing 6-7 days a week would have just really made my whole body tired.
Right. Now, I did that in my 30s.
Okay.
And 40s. Now I limit my table massage work to two days a week, Thursdays and Fridays, and 1 Saturday a month. And the rest of the time, I'm also working at our different locations, at least 1 4-hour shift a week at each location. And then I'm administrating my business. So.
Yeah, the administration is a nightmare too.
Oh yeah, that'll keep you up. Well, I'm working 9 to 9.
Yeah.
But the therapists who work for me don't have to work 9 to 9.
No, not at all. No, you just do how many hour shifts?
They're just 4-hour shifts.
4-hour shifts.
You can work 9 to 1 or 1 to 5.
And you're not exhausted because you're not doing table massage.
That's
the
right.
chair massage is much different. You get to use your own body weight to go in versus going down.
That's right,
and working.
exactly.
It's a way different dynamic.
A lot more point work. We're doing more of a shiatsu technique in the chair.
And I loved it. I did it, and it just totally opened up my whole body. It helped me elongate through my spine. Because, I teach Pilates yoga, so I'm constantly telling my clients, grow through your spine, lengthen up. But when your body is in pain, you start taking on these weird shapes and forms and postures. So when you have a massage that actually helps to open you back up and increase the energy and the circulation, then you can grow through your spine.
That's right. And people actually get longer during the chair massage. We have to readjust the head face cradle occasionally.
Exactly. It's so fun. So you have how many locations in Austin?
2. We are actually doing chair massage in 2 high traffic car washes in Austin.
Which I love that you focus on the car washes. Because that's kind of when people are just sitting there and they're all dee-dee-dee. There's really nothing to do.
That's right. Captive audience.
Captive audience. And then there's 2 there. Now, they're close to the lake as well. Is one in North Austin?
Very close to Central Austin.
Okay, Central Austin.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a gig, you definitely want to find Tom on seizethedaymassage.com because you can definitely see what his chair massage looks like. There's a video on there, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And you'll be able to get an idea and if you want to get trained and you want to get placed. And what I love about it too is that even if massage therapists already have a separate gig somewhere else, they can actually, even though they do wear the Seize the Day massage shirt,
Right.
Right.
Have a uniform.
but they're able to hand out their business card and say, I do table massage at this other location. So
That's correct.
It's a win-win situation whenever you deal with Tom, because a lot of times when you go to work for somebody else and are trained in their specific way, they're very protective. They're like, no, you forget where you work, you forget anything about any other company that you're affiliated with until you get off my payroll, and then you can go and promote your own aside. But Tom is very cool. He's like, you know what, there's enough for everybody.
Right on.
And, so it's another way if you are starting out as a massage therapist and you want to get more exposure, you train with Tom, you pass his the 2 initial one-on-one consultations
That's
with
right.
you after you've done his training for the weekend, and then you can start to be out there and get exposure, and you're still handing out your own business card at the end to say, if you want table massage, I'm available on these days, these times. And guess what? When you're starting out and you get that free marketing opportunity, that's huge.
Yeah.
That is really huge.
And I'm paying therapists to promote themselves pretty much.
You're getting paid to promote your own massage therapy practice. So that's like huge. That's what I love about Tom. I'm like, he's very cooperative capitalist, and that's how my partner and I, we're very cooperative. We always try to promote each other's stuff. We don't feel like, oh, you teach Zumba, I teach Zumba, we should never work together kind of thing. There's too much competition. And Tom's like, no, you're a massage therapist. I'm a massage therapist. I'll teach you my chair way. Do it this way. Pass out your card. Free marketing. And you're getting paid. So that's super nice. Super nice. And now we do have a location here in San Antonio if you're interested in looking for work here. And tell me about that location.
That is the North Star Barbershop connected to the car wash company complex just on the south end of the Stone Oak neighborhood. Am I saying that right? I mix up Stone Oak and Oakstone, sorry. Stone Oak neighborhood, where we've been for just about half a year, and we don't have all of our shifts filled, so any therapists would be interested in working with us there, we're definitely welcome to.
And now Stone Oak, that's over there, 281 1604.
More or less that area, yes.
Okay.
More specifically, Voight Drive and 1604.
Voight Drive, definitely. So, that is what's so awesome is that you are marketing to people who are usually have more expendable income, who can actually afford to have more luxurious massage therapy sessions at a later date. So you may meet them at the barbershop, at the car wash, and then you can make those connections with people who are in the market for relaxation.
Right. And I can tell you there are people who get their cars washed there who get table massage as well.
Yes. Well, definitely.
Many of them have told me that.
Well, that's the thing is because once you get to try out your therapist on the chair and you feel comfortable with that person working on you, now it's not hard to bridge it to the next experience.
Right. It's not just someone you're finding on the internet.
Exactly. Don't go on Craigslist and look for a massage therapist. You may get more than a massage.
That's true.
But this is definitely different. And I love that it's the barbershop because a lot of times you have families going in there and somebody's getting work done and maybe mom needs to just decompress.
As a matter of fact, you'll have couples and the man's getting his hair cut and the wife gets a chair massage.
And everybody's happy.
That's right.
We love it when everybody is happy. And Tom is always recruiting. He's always looking for staffing needs. He's growing the company. So he definitely wants to be able to go out there and network more. So there's another target group you're looking to meet is the meeting planners groups.
Yes, we'd like to meet every meeting planner in San Antonio and Austin.
And Austin. We love Austin.
That's right. And let them, give them a demonstration of what we do. And talk about our business arrangements.
And that's so awesome because I know I've gone to a number of different kinds of meetings just because I've taken so many different courses and classes in my 27 plus 15 years of life that it is nice when you can take a break, step out, especially if it's a seminar where you're sitting really long, you're just kind of tired. You can go out and you can have Tom or his team available for your people just to kind of reinvigorate them, wake them back up, help them get alive, revive.
That's right, exactly.
And then they can go back in and complete the meeting or whatever the seminar is that they're doing. So if you're a meeting planner, please log on to seizethedaymassage.com so that you can see a sample of it and contact Tom so that he can definitely schedule a time to meet with you, give you a demo, free massage.
Yes, indeed.
Free chair massage. And then once you get that little sample taste, I know you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to put you in my phone on my auto dial in the first 10 slots because you want relief. You're going to put Tom next to you. So Tom has a great sense of humor too, and we were talking earlier about how as a business owner, he's OCD. He has to take care of all these little details that sometimes people like me who are not OCD, I'm all more dee-dee-dee. And he came up with this real cute little OCD blues, and I wanted you to share real quick.
Let's see. I'll see if I can relay the verses. Let's see. I have been accused of being OCD. I am OCD. It comes in handy when you are a business owner.
Yes, it does.
But it has its drawbacks as well. It has positive and negative.
Such is life.
Exactly. But anyway, the verses are, let's see, the first verse is, they tell me what makes me feel this way is to work all the time with no time to play. Obsessed to keep it all going. Oh, excuse me, I'll change that. Compelled to keep it all going, like the showman spinning plates. I got the blues, those OCD blues. Let's see. I'm cursed, but I suppose there's worse fates than to look upon a pretty portrait and find the one hair out of place. Attracted to the roses until the thorns divert my gaze. I've got the blues, those OCD blues. Anyone else with OCD will identify with this last verse. I'm surrounded by idiots, a wasting time and space. Makes me wonder how we ever got this far. I suppose there is such a thing as grace. I know nobody's perfect, except in my case. I've got the blues, those OCD blues.
Oh, that was delicious. That was delicious. You know,
Thank
as
you.
a business owner especially, you know, you're right. If you are OCD, you are on top of every little thing. And I love the sense of humor. So if you're definitely looking for someone fun to work with, someone fun to work for, someone that'll help you promote even your own practice and pay you to do it while you're working for him, you got to find Tom on seizethedaymassage.com, because that is one fun guy to work with. Alrighty, so we don't have any specific events coming up, but if people want to find you here in San Antonio, they can show up to the North Star Barbershop.
If they just need a chair massage,
If
yes,
you need
indeed.
a chair massage, and you are there, or your team is there.
Right now, I can safely say we're there most Tuesdays, most Fridays, and most Saturdays. But if you want to make sure we're there, I'm sorry I don't have the phone number on me, but if you go to our website, which
seizethedaymassage.com,
and click on locations, you will go to, and then click on either Austin or San Antonio, you'll find a Twitter widget underneath each one of those pages that tells you who's working when and where on any given day, and the number to call to confirm you're there before you show up.
Nice. Well, that's the thing, too. I mean, even if it just happens that you need to go get your car washed, or you're planning on getting your hair cut, definitely try to go on Tuesdays, Fridays, or Saturdays, because even if for whatever weird reason they're not there, you at least still get your service. But if you do get to meet up with them, I guarantee you are going to enjoy that chair massage so much. And I have to say, at first I wasn't a huge fan when I studied massage therapy of the chair massage, because I thought, oh my gosh, it's such a weird way to sit. But once you're actually in the chair and you melt, and the way Tom does it, it's very specific to your body type, to your height. So you're not, if you're 7'2", he's not going to make you accommodate for a 5-foot person. He's going to extend the chair and make it comfortable for you. Once you're in there, you just melt, and it really is really invigorating. And it's also nice, you have your clothes on, so you're in a public venue, so you don't feel like you should be scared or apprehensive of anything going on. And then if you do make a connection with your therapist and you're like, you know, I really like how you worked out that knot in my shoulder, or did that scalp massage, you know, I would like to have a full body massage, a table massage later, then you'll get that free sample, so to say, before committing to a full session with somebody, which
absolutely.
I super love. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I'm super duper excited to be, you know, knowing Tom. I know I can call him and get him to work out that crink in my neck when the whole world likes to jump on my shoulders. Tom's the guy I'll call to back the world off so I can grow through my spine again. And then if you, but if you're in Austin and want to see him, tell me the two names again one more time.
The locations would be the H2O Car Wash at Barton Springs Road in Lamar, and the Finish Line Car Wash in Westlake, a suburb of Austin, on Bee Caves Road.
So Westlake is the newer area, right?
West of town.
West of town. Awesome. All right, so don't forget to go on seizethedaymassage.com, find Tom, find his crew, and get yourself a nice chair massage, decompress, and let the stress, let it go away. Thank you so much for logging on, and until next time, bye.